Good morning dear students. In this video we will discuss about the chapter coordination compounds. Coordination compounds is very much important for 3 marks. From this chapter you will get only 3 marks. 3 marks in the sense there is no direct question for this 3 marks. It may be asked for 2 plus 1 or 1 plus 1 plus 1. In that manner also they can ask for 3 marks. So the total weightage of this chapter is 9 marks. 3 mark questions will be asked from this chapter. It may be either directly 3 marks or in the form of 2 plus 1. Okay, so you want to concentrate in all the ways. So whether it is asked for 3 marks or for 2 marks or for 1 mark, you have to be ready to answer for those questions. So first we'll see the most important topics from this chapter. So firstly we want to discuss about definitions of the terms present in this chapter. So these definitions will be asked for 2 marks. Okay, so compulsorily any one question, one definition will be asked for 2 marks. So firstly we want to know what is central metal atom or ion. So the central metal atom or ion is nothing but an atom or ion which is having the property to bind with the ligands, that is called metal ion, metal atom or ion. So next one, ligand. Ligand is a atom or ion or a molecule which has the property to donate at least one lone pair of electrons. Again in this ligand we have different types: bidentate ligand, tridentate ligand, polydentate ligand, next ambidentate ligand and chelating ligand. Okay, all these are very important. Among all, ambidentate ligand, chelating ligands are very much important. You can put a star mark for these two. Okay, so these two are very much important. Ambidentate ligand is a bidentate ligand which has 2 donor atoms but uses only one donor atom at a time. Those are said to be ambidentate ligand. Example, we will take NO2 molecule, NO2 minus, or Cn minus, or SCN minus. So these 3 are examples of ambidentate ligand. Chelating ligand, these are the ligands which are of either bidentate or polydentate, uses all its donor atoms to bind with the metal atom. Okay, and to form a cyclic ring, that is compulsory word. So to form a cyclic ring, then those are said to be chelating ligands. So example, we can take ethylene diamine, NH2, CH2 taken twice, NH2. Ethylene diamine is the best example for chelating ligand. So those are important for 2 marks. Next, homoleptic complexes and heteroleptic complexes. Among these two, one is compulsory for 2 marks. Homo-hetero. It is completely related to ligands present in a complex. Okay. If a coordination compound contains same type of ligands, then those are said to be homoleptic. If a compound contains different types of ligands in the coordination sphere, then those are said to be heteroleptic ligands. First we'll see homoleptic ligands. Example for homoleptic complexes. Example for this is platinum NH3 taken 4 plus 2 complex. In this complex you can see only same type of amine ligands are present. So we can take it is a homoleptic. Next, heteroleptic. So heteroleptic example we will take Cu NH3 taken 5 Cl minus complex. Here you can see within the coordination sphere, as you know this is the coordination sphere. Within coordination sphere you can observe 2 different types of ligands. One is amine, other one is chloride. So in a coordination compound, if 2 different types of 2 or more different types of ligands are present, then those are said to be heteroleptic complexes. Important for 2 marks. Very important for 2 marks. These 2 definitions. Next, coordination number. It is also important. So it is important for 1 mark. They'll give a complex. In that complex, you want to find out what is the coordination number of central metal atom. Remember, coordination number is particularly related to a central metal atom. It does not belongs to ligand. Okay. So for example, you can take the same complex Pt NH3 taken 4 plus 2 complex. So what will be the coordination number of platinum? The question. Or to the central metal atom. So this is nothing but the total number of ligand donor atoms directly bonded to the metal. The total number of ligand donor atoms directly bonded to the metal are called its coordination number. So for platinum, coordination number, it is a monodentate ligand. Amine is a monodentate ligand. I have given examples for monodentate ligand, didentate ligand and polydentate ligand. According to that, you can see. So amine is a neutral monodentate ligand which contains only one donor atom. Through one donor atom, each amine can be coordinated with the metal. Total number of ligands are present here are 4. Then the coordination number for platinum is 4. Okay, next we can take this copper NH3 taken 5 Cl minus complex. For this, what is the coordination number of central metal? Here central metal is copper. Copper coordination number is, each amine is a monodentate ligand. Chloride, bromides are also monodentate ligand. Then Cl is with one donor atom. Amine is with one donor atom. 5 plus 1 totally 6. 5 plus 1 6. That is about the coordination number. Now this is very much important for 1 mark. Next one, oxidation number. Oxidation number will not be asked for a definition or for 1 mark or for 2 marks, but it is very important for writing IUPAC names of a complex. So in this oxidation number, this is nothing but the charge. Even it is related to only central metal atom. Coordination number, oxidation number, both are belonging to the central metal atom. Oxidation number is nothing but the charge which is left on the central metal atom after removing all the ligands with its electrons. Then that is said to be its oxidation number. Oxidation number is nothing but the charge which is left on the central metal atom after removing all the ligand donor atoms with the electrons. That is called the oxidation number of central metal atom. Example we will calculate for this platinum NH3 taken 4 complex Pt NH3 taken 4 plus 2 complex. So to whatever the atom or the ion you are going to find out oxidation number, take that as X. For this we are going to find, as I told you that oxidation number belongs to only metal. This is the metal in this complex. So consider it as X. Then plus ligand. What is the ligand here? Amine. Charge of ligand. What is charge of amine? It is a neutral ligand, so its charge is 0. Into number of ligands present. Total number of amines present are 4. 0 into 4 equals to charge of the complex. This is the complex. Upon this complex, the charge is plus 2. Right here, plus 2. X plus 4 into 0, 0 equals to plus 2. Then finally, X equals to plus 2. So this is the oxidation number of platinum present in this complex. Okay. Remember, oxidation number is always positive. Okay. Next, we will calculate for one more complex, that is, so we will find out oxidation number for this complex NiCO taken 4. So here you want to find out oxidation number for nickel. So consider it as X plus CO. CO is a carbonyl, it is not a cobalt. Don't confuse. So carbonyl oxidation number you want to write. Charge of carbonyl is 0. Carbonyl is a neutral ligand into total number of carbonyl atoms are 4. So equals to charge of the complex. What is the charge of complex here? Nothing. So consider it as 0. Then X plus 0 equals to 0. Finally, X equals to 0. So, the oxidation number of nickel is 0. So, nickel carbonyl compounds are always said to be 0 oxidation state compounds. Okay, like this I will give you example. You try to find out its oxidation number. Now, try to find out oxidation number of all these metals present in the complexes. Here you can also see counter ions are present. Counter ions are nothing but the ions are the atoms present before the coordination sphere or after the coordination sphere. If you see here, there is no ion before or after the coordination sphere. Even here there is no. Even here, but here there is a ion outside the coordination sphere, that is called counter ion. If it is present on right side, that is considered as anion. If it is present on left side of coordination sphere, this is present on the left side of coordination sphere, so we have to consider it as a cation. Okay, if cation is present, charge of the complex is negative. If anion is present, charge of the complex is positive. They didn't mention, but you have to consider. Okay, next one here. So outside the coordination sphere on left side, ligand is present, so it is said to be a anion. It is having negative charge. Now we'll try to calculate oxidation number of chromium here. So chromium you don't know, consider it as X plus ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine, En indicates ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine is a neutral ligand, so 0 into totally how many are there? 3, and equals to plus one more ion is there, that is in counter state. So each chloride is with -1 charge. -1 into total number of chlorides are 3 equals to charge of the complex is 0. They didn't mention anything here, so that it is considered as the 0. Then X plus 0, 3 into 0, 0, -1 into 3, -3, -3 into plus -3 equals to 0. X minus 3 equals to 0. Finally, X equals to, when -3 comes here, it becomes +3. Oxidation state of, or oxidation number of chromium here, this is oxidation number of chromium is +3. Like this we can calculate. Now we'll calculate for this. For example, cation is present as a counter ion. Okay, so first write its oxidation state, because it's not a metal, it is a counter ion. So each potassium is with +1 oxidation state. Total number of potassiums are 2. +1 into 2, plus you don't know the oxidation state of zinc, consider it as X, plus OH is oxido, each OH is with -1 oxidation state, into total number of OH are present 4, equals to charge of the complex. Here nothing they have represented, so consider it as 0. Now calculate. +1 into 2, 2, plus X, -1 into 4, -4, -4 into plus -4 equals to 0. Then X minus 4, when +2 comes this side, it becomes -2. This +2 we are taking that side, becomes -2. Then we have to find out X. X equals to -4, when moves that side, it becomes +4. Then finally X equals to +2. Okay, this is the oxidation state of zinc present in the complex, or oxidation number. In this way we can find the oxidation numbers. Now here is homework for you. This one, this one, this one, this and this. Totally 5 I am giving homework. You just try to find out oxidation number and send your answers to me. Okay, now that is about the definitions, and few more definitions are important, like polyhedron. What is meant by polyhedron? Okay, that is also important definitions. So these definitions are important for either 2 marks or for 1 mark. Now we'll see IUPAC nomenclature. As for organic compounds, even for this coordination compounds, we can use this IUPAC nomenclature. So by using this nomenclature system, we can give names for different types of inorganic coordination complexes. For that I have given rules for you. First we want to write the name of cation, if cation is present. This is first point. Next, write name of ligand according to alphabetical order. Next, after mentioning ligand name, then you want to write the name of metal. And fourth point, oxidation state or oxidation number. And finally, anion. If anion is present, then we want to write the anion. So these two are exceptional. First point and fifth point are exceptional. Remember, it will not be there in all the compounds. For example, if you take here, this is cation. Cation is there, so we can represent cation. But in this case, there is no cation. Then directly go with the ligand. Okay, and finally anion is present in this complex, but here there is no anion, then need not to represent. You can stop with the oxidation number should be represented in parentheses by using Roman numbers. Okay, now we'll try to write names. So first we'll take the same example. Here I am taking the same example, platinum, Cl2, NH3 taken twice. Okay, here first rule apply, cation. There is no cation. Cation should be present here, anion should be present here. There is no cation and anion. There is no need not to write this. Directly go with the ligand. Even first element is metal and next are ligands. Two different types of ligands are there. That is chloride and amine. Both are present. First first go through alphabetical order. It starts with A, it starts with C. So which comes first? A. What is its name? Amine. Amino. It is chlorido. Okay. So total number of amines present here are 2. Then use the prefix di. Diamine. How many chlorides are there? 2. Dichlorido or chloro. Next, now ligand portion is completed. What is left next? Metal. So this is metal. So metal is platinum, right? Platinum. It is there in the neutral complex. Directly write the platinum name. Then oxidation number. Oxidation number for platinum you can calculate here. So now I can say its oxidation number is +2. So finally write Roman number 2 in the parenthesis. Okay, and finally anion. There is no anion here. We can stop with this. Like this we can write the IUPAC name. We will take one more example. For example, this I am taking, or we will take this one. K2 ZnOH taken 4. Here it has a cation. First see the metal presence. It is there in the anionic complex because it is a cation. I have told you, if it is cation then the complex is anionic state. So zinc is a metal. First write the cation. Cation is present, write cation. How many cations are there? 2 potassiums, but need not to represent its number. Directly we can write potassium. If it is present as a counter ion, potassium. Then after cation, then ligand name. What is the ligand? Only one ligand is present, that is oxido. How many oxidos are there? 4. Then tetra. Use tetra word. Tetra oxido. Okay. Zinc. Now zinc is present in anionic complex. If a metal is present in anionic complex, then compulsorily its suffix should end with 8. If zinc is present, zincate. Copper is present, cuprate. Iron is present, ferrate. And cobalt is present, cobaltate, like that. That only applicable if metal is present in anionic complex. So now it is present in anionic complex, so zinc is replaced by the word zincate. Okay, then oxidation state of zinc. We have already found the oxidation state of zinc, that is +2. Write in parenthesis by using Roman numbers. Next, finally anion. There is no anion here, then need to represent. Like this we will write the names of the compounds. Now we will take this example. Okay, so this is an example of a compound which is containing counter ion as anion. So then Cr En taken thrice Cl3. First calculate its oxidation state. Oxidation state of chromium is +3. So first we have to write cation. Cation is always present on left of coordination compound, but here there is no cation. You need not to worry, leave that. Then ligand. What are the ligand? What is the ligand? Ligand in the sense which is present only within the coordination sphere. One ligand is present, that is ethylene diamine. Already its name contains di as a prefix, then use bis, tris, tetrakis, pentakis as prefixes to mention its number. Totally three are present, so we can use the prefix as tris. Remember, it is applicable only for the ligands which already contain di, tri, tetra, penta and so on as the prefixes in their names. So in such case we can use tris, tetrakis, bis, pentakis and so on to represent its number. Totally 3 are present, so we can use tris. Tris, ethylene, diamine. Next, ligand portion is completed. Then write metal. Metal is chromium. Now it is present in cationic complex because it is a anion. So directly we can write its name. If a metal is present in neutral complex or cationic complex, its name doesn't change. We will write chromium. Then oxidation number. Oxidation number is +3. Write in parenthesis and Roman numbers. Now write anion. Finally, this is anion which is present after the coordination sphere. So this anion, totally 3 are present, then need not to mention its number. Directly you can write its name, that is chloride. Here you need not to write O, or it should not be end with the suffix O. If it is present within the coordination sphere, then only it should end with the suffix O. Otherwise directly write chloride. So like that we can write the IUPAC names of these complexes. Try to write IUPAC names of this one, and even for this one, even for this one, for this one. For this I have written, and write for this one. This is homework for you. Even for those you want to write IUPAC names as well as you want to find out the oxidation number. So this IUPAC name is very important for 1 mark. Okay. Now we'll go to the next topic. So next one is theories used to represent about the structure of a coordination compound. In that the first theory is Werner's theory. Next, valence bond theory. This valence bond theory is also shortly indicated by VBT. Under this valence bond theory, we have 4 important complexes, that is CONH3 taken 6 plus 3 complexes, COF6 minus 3 complexes, next NiCN taken 4 minus 2 complexes, fourth one NiCl taken 4 minus 2 complexes. Among the 4, one is compulsory for 3 marks, compulsory question, and postulates of Werner's theory is important for 3 marks. Any 3 postulates are very important for 3 marks. Next one, crystal field theory. So in this crystal field theory, there is a chance to ask either 1 mark or 2 mark question. That's it. Okay. So example, I am giving a question here. In octahedral complexes, which set of orbitals, especially d orbitals, are present at high energy level? Okay, that is EG, because the ligands approach the metal in octahedral complexes along the axis. Then whatever the orbitals present along the axis, they are repelled to a greater extent and they are kept at very high energy level. So that means in octahedral complexes always the EG set is present at high energy level. So answer is EG. That's it. This is important for 1 mark. Like such kind of questions will be asked. Or draw energy level diagram of octahedral splitting. Sorry. crystal field splitting in octahedral complexes. This is important for 2 marks. Okay, see, first write ground state configuration. At ground state there is no ligand approaches the metal. This is energy barrier. Okay, then all the 5 d orbitals present at low energy level without losing degeneracy. Okay, it is in the state of free metal ion. Okay, whenever the metal is approached by the ligands, automatically all the d orbitals are excited to the high energy level. Even here degeneracy is maintained by approaching ligand by spherical manner. Okay, whenever the approachment of ligands from spherical manner to octahedral changes, then automatically splitting up of d orbitals will takes place. 3 orbitals present at low energy level, which are called T2G, and 2 orbitals present at high energy level they are called as EG, and the distance between them is indicated by delta naught at CFSC. So this is in the case of octahedral field. NF, we need to draw only this much. This is important for 2 marks. Okay, next one here, valence bond theory. Based on the valence bond theory, try to find out hybridization, magnetic behavior, and next one, geometry of the complexes. For these 3 marks. Okay, for these complexes you want to find out all the 3, which is important for 3 marks. So such kind of questions will be asked for 3 marks from this chapter. And final concept is isomerism. Actually this concept is removed from the syllabus for this year, but it is asked for preparatory exam. Try to concentrate on this isomerism. There are 4 types of isomerism. First one is coordination isomerism, next ionic isomerism, next solvate isomerism, finally linkage isomerism. So you just make a look of this isomerism also, but it is not asked for the exam. Already it is removed from your syllabus, but anyhow make a look of it because it is asked for preparatory. Okay, so these are the topics where you want to concentrate from the chapter coordination compounds. Very simple chapter, need not to confuse. Okay, and you will get compulsorily 9 marks from this chapter, that is 3 mark questions. Okay.